Hello, hello, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to the full moon in Capricorn, summer solstice, strawberry moon. It's quite a moon. I'm going to get into the actual cosmic currency, the astrological breakdown of these transits after this live is over. So if you want to catch that, make sure you pop on over there after you are done here. However, this is where we're at. So the theme that Spirit gave me for this full moon is what must be undone. Full moons are big about release. Capricorn is big on dictation. And being opposed the sun in Cancer, it really involves doing things because we care. Doing things for other people so that they can learn to nurture themselves. And we subsequently kind of turn into a crutch. So, hey, Rita, how are you, gorgeous? We subsequently turn into a crutch, right? And might not even realize, because the connection is so emotionally based, so love-based and nurturance-based, that we don't even realize how much we are kind of holding ourselves back from our own authentic path and holding them back from theirs. So it's going to be an interesting moon event. It's going to be an interesting event. The secret code names are Frostee, Frostee, like the ice cream truck, Pinocchio, Roger Rabbit, Morning Glory, Mirror Lake, and Loch Ness. If any of those secret code names jump out at you, stand out to you, resonate with you, there is likely a message in there for you. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with what these secret code name readings are, Spirit guides me to a theme for each moon to embody the energy, right, that the moon carries. And people purchase their own personal readings, right? They purchase a secret code name reading in my Etsy shop, and they get their secret code name. So these secret code names belong to people. The beauty of the secret code names is because they are hidden. You know, you don't know whose reading is who, right? You can resonate to a secret code name. And because we're all connected, that's why if a reading jumps out at you, there's something in there for you, because you are likely going through a similar vibration as the person who purchased the reading. So thank you to everyone who participates in these secret code name readings and gets the secret code names, because not only are you investing in yourself, but you're investing in other people, and your ripple is huge. And after 4 years, it's been 4 years doing these secret code name readings, your ripple is probably a lot bigger than you could have ever expected. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your presence here. So with that, we are using the Children of 𝗦𝘂 Tarot, of course, because the summer solstice, its name is 𝗦𝘂. So we're using that deck today for some insights. We're also using the energy oracle cards for an overall theme of the insight. So what is it that is being undone? And then we're going to get into some guidance with the Love Your Inner Goddess oracle. All right. So there will be timestamps in the description and the comments after the live is over, so that you guys can hop, skip, jump around to whatever secret code name resonates with you. All right. So let's see. We're going to start with Frostee. All right. Secret code name Frostee. And you can't help but feel a little nostalgia with the whole idea of ice cream truck. So we're going to see what this is. Might even be flashing you back to your childhood as far as like needing to let go of something. So we're going to see what's the insight into the overall energy, Spirit. Yeah. Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it? I love these secret code names. It's really nice. And if you guys want to get your own secret code name for the next event's going to be the new moon in Cancer. You guys can do that via the Etsy shops in the description. Okay. Plus you'll find all the other cool shit that I offer in there. All right, let's update that timestamp because, you know, I'm just jibber jabbering. The Saggy that I am. All right, cool. What is the overall spirit for secret code name Frostee? And those who would be drawn to the message here, what is it that they are letting go of? What is it that they are letting go of? What must be undone? What must be undone for secret code name Frostee? That to keep it in place would hold them from their highest good, right? We got the Magician and the Mirror and anxiety. The Magician and the Mirror. The mirror is your outer experience. I think, especially because the numbers are essentially 818, it's 53 and 18. So 8, 9, 53 breaks down to an 8. So that's how I'm looking at it, right? 818 might be a synchronistic number for you. I think that there's this real anxiety that you feel over what other people are choosing. That your life gets affected by the choices of other people. And feeling out of control because you don't know what they're going to choose and how it's going to affect your life. And if that's what must be undone, then there's a certain amount of you have to do what you have to do. Other people can do what they can do. They have to do what they have to do, but you have to do what you have to do. And if you're in a reality with people that you don't trust your future because you don't trust their choices being in alignment with your highest good or consideration of you, then they're not in your highest good anyway. Right? People who are in high alignment with you will always consider you with everything they do. They just do. People who love you do that. And maybe people aren't familiar with what that feels like. But when you love someone truly, it's impossible not to consider them. You know, my son, I consider him in everything I choose, everything I do. My soul family, I consider you guys in everything I do. Hey, Lorraine, how are you? People that I've loved, people that I've been in dynamic ships with, right? I consider them in everything that I do. Before I take actions, I would always consider them. So if someone loves you, they're going to consider you. And if they're not considering you or you fear that they wouldn't, then it's not in your highest good. And if they do love you and they are considering you and choosing in their highest good, then you have to accept that whatever they're choosing in their highest good via that ripple of love energy that they're partaking in is ultimately in your highest good, whether you realize it at the time or not, right? Time seems to tell all things. So I feel like for you with this new moon or full moon, forgive me, with this full moon, you're learning to accept your own power in doing what you have to do for you, despite other people, and in consideration of them, if you love them, right? That you would love them and care about them. You're not going to do something without consideration, right? Even if it is something that they would prefer you not do, you got to understand that if you choose it in your highest good and in consideration of them, and you still have to choose the choice you're going to make, despite the fact that they might prefer otherwise, that it is in their highest good, whether you realize it or not, right? So let's get some insight into what this is. garden before I went live too. Good for you, Lorraine. Yeah, I was outside in my garden. I was watering my plants and stuff. It's been hot over here. It's been hot. It's been hot. Yeah, I was out giving my little plant babies some water. I just ordered them a partial sunshade because my one hosta just gets way, way too much sun. Even though it's in the shaded corner of the garden, it just gets way too much. So I ordered like a partial sunshade, like mesh. And hopefully it makes it a little more happy. So what is this insight magician mirror? Got the Chariot out first. The Ace of Wands. The Eight of Cups in reverse. The Eight of Coins. Give me some clarities, please. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Justice. Top of the deck is the King of Wands. You might have a certain vision of how things are supposed to be. And so that fire within yourself is kind of roaring. You know, if you look at this King of Wands on the top of the deck, he's very composed. But there's a volcano going off in the background, and the lion is lit with energy, right? Roaring. I feel like someone's had their head in the sand in terms of transformation, that they've been afraid to change. That they maybe got comfortable feeling like a caged bird. And that story, right? That story that they're telling themselves. I'm stuck, I'm trapped. I can't do anything. I can't fly free unless someone sets me free. Little do they know all they have to do is reinvent themselves. And it is easier said than done, but it's still not hard to do. You know, like you'd make different choices. The cards out, we've got the Chariot with the Three of Cups, the Ace of Wands with the Four of Cups, the Eight of Cups reversed with the High Priestess, the Eight of Coins with the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Coin. Lots of eights here. Multiple ones too. We got double aces. So eights and ones might really be significant for you. Okay. I feel like the divine is either pushing you or pushing someone else in a different direction. It's the direction of joy, right? Whether it is someone else or it's you. The divine is pushing you in the direction of joy. Because even if someone else is choosing a path of joy that doesn't necessarily include you the way that it's been, ultimately, you're going to find your joy in the process, right? Spirit with the Ace of Wands. clarified by the Four of Cups. Spirit is asking you to take that fourth cup, right? It's asking you to do that. Someone doesn't want to let go, though. And or they have to go back to get it. Because the Eight of Cups reversed, it's an unfulfillment card, right? So in the reverse, it's going towards fulfillment. And the High Priestess is a secret, or it's something that is on the subconscious mind that's not being talked about or acted on. It's something you're intuitively being pulled to. It's something that's persistent inside the psyche. And you might just simply not have moved forward on it yet. You might not have accepted that where you're at or what you're doing or who you're involved with is truly not fulfilling. You may be having a difficult time moving forward and actually expressing the desire to move in a direction that is in better alignment with you. And if you're having anxiety about what someone else is choosing, I think really in the mirror of it all is because you're having anxiety about choosing your highest good. The reason why that's coming out and projecting out inside your thoughts as, you know, you're worried about them choosing their highest good and leaving you behind something, you know, I think it's because you're having anxiety about choosing in your own highest good and embracing change. Maybe you've got used to an anxiety pattern, right? That being in a state of anxiety is familiar. And so that's just what your default is. But there's this need to utilize your own strength and not worry about other people so much, you know, and not worry about the change so much because, you know, we go through a lot of different changes in life, a lot of different milestones, and we're still here. You know, like we're still here. You know, when you're a kid, you go to school for the first time. It's a big change. When you graduate, you're no longer in school after over a decade of being in there, you know, and it's a big change, but we get through it. You know, we get into the workforce. It's a big change, but we get through it. We change careers, we change jobs, we get through it. We change relationships, we break up, we get together. We go through a lot of different changes and we get through it. And I think that at some point, you know, after you go through so many changes, you're like, God damn it. Like, I just want stability. I don't want shit to change anymore, you know, but life is change. And I think that you have a big change that you want to kind of set the ball off on. At the very least, it's been on your mind. It's been inside your psyche. You've been thinking about it. You haven't talked about it. But you do have this vision of what you want your life to be. And you got to ask yourself, if you made no changes, could you really achieve the vision? Because it wouldn't be a vision inside your mind if you had achieved it already. It would be your reality. You'd be visualizing something else, right? It's going to take some work with the Eight of Coins. But the truth is, you have the capability, the strength, and the endurance, the resilience to kind of get through it, you know? And it would be worth it with the Justice on the bottom. It would be worth it to take your head out of the sand and really face the fact that maybe your stagnation or your anxiety has been your worst enemy. You know, and it's something that you've been choosing, putting fate in the hands of other people, you know, worrying about what they're going to choose and then reacting to what they're choosing, you know, compensating in your life for what they've chosen, or you just kind of have to take the fucking reins, you know, and lead your life. And because the secret code name is Frostee, it might definitely be something that you've attached to from childhood. Maybe you've always been an anxious child. Maybe you felt wildly uncomfortable with the things your parents were choosing because you didn't know how your life was going to be, you know, based on their choices. But that became familiar. And so that's the pattern that persisted. The feeling like you didn't know what your parents were going to choose and how that was going to change your life. And now that you're here, you've developed a similar pattern where you're having anxiety over the choices other people are making, feeling like your life is out of your control. But that's a childhood thing. Like that doesn't have to be your adult thing, you know. Things are not as out of your control as you think. And they're not necessarily meant to be that way either. What's the guidance, please, Spirit, for secret code name Frostee? We got Queen of Hearts and Mermaid Soul. Love is my religion. Love is not blind. It only sees what matters. This deck has such pretty artwork. Their cards 32 and 33. So I'm just going to read a little piece of these for you. I love a lot of Fairchild's work. Okay. The Queen of Hearts says, your heart has been chosen by the divine to be a temple for spiritual light, an inner place where grace and healing can dwell. And this is very special. A temple is kept clean and pure. A temple is kept clean and pure, scented with sacred perfumes of incense, made beautiful with our feelings of reverence and love for the spirit, kept uncluttered and spacious, so that as much spiritual presence as possible can enter. When spirit enters and fills the temple of the heart, things of extraordinary beauty take place. Even the apparently impossible becomes possible. Clear your heart temple with forgiveness, gratitude, and love for the spirit, so it can fulfill its divine destiny of being a sacred channel for beautiful divine grace. The mind may not believe it has got the power to rule, but in truth, the heart is queen. The mind may believe it has got the power to rule, but in truth, the heart is queen. You are a true goddess of love, one who consults the heart for answers, and you will courageously follow the guidance of the heart, even when the mind doesn't want to surrender to the call of the heart and fearfully lists numerous reasons why it is crazy and stupid and will end badly. You know that the doubt of the mind is no match for the power of the heart. And it's the truth, you know. At the end of the day, when something doesn't feel good and we are stressed beyond measure, no matter what reasons we have to continue in something, at some point the heart kind of puts its foot down and says, enough. Enough. What are you choosing? The heart will literally yell at the mind, right? Like the King of Wands, the lion's roaring, and the mind's telling it, don't worry. But the heart's like, no, bitch. No, this doesn't fucking feel good. You know, like enough. And I think that that's where you need to get comfortable, right? And acknowledging your feelings, knowing when something doesn't feel good, and taking control of your own life. And not waiting for something or someone else to stop it for you, right? That caged bird feeling, I'm stuck here until someone sets me free. No, you can transform and move into the next stage and embrace the change, right? Mermaid soul is deep within you, know what excites and inspires you. Your job isn't to decide whether that inspiration is practical, realistic, or even possible. Human beings have been shown throughout history that the ideas which they once scoffed at as being ridiculous or impossible to achieve can become the realities that they rely upon and take for granted as a natural part of our daily lives not long afterwards. You too shall move from doubt to wondering how you ever lived without this passion, idea, or inspiration of yours. Let the universe show off its creative flair for the unexpected and inspirational through you. Do not give up on what truly moves and inspires your heart, for soon enough it will be a part of your world. You're a rare creature, not entirely of this world, and you need to swim in deeper waters of mystery and meaning. In those deep places, you can commune with the sacred and be nourished by that which is real and yet cannot be explained. To deny this and remain on the surface of things will not satisfy your soul. It would be like eating stale biscuits when what you really hunger for is succulent fruit, sweet with juice. Too much of what most people think is the quote-unquote real world dries out your soul. You crave mystery and magic the way most other people crave control and certainty. These yearnings of yours are not immature or escapist. They are the voice of your inner mermaid rising up from your oceanic soul. Her siren song is the voice of your true desires. You are connected to worlds beyond this physical reality, the worlds of spirit, healing, intuition, meditation, and creativity. And when you are in touch with her, you will embody your feminine freedom and spiritual independence. You will live your life according to what fills you up, living from that inner place where you feel at home, the realm of your soul. When you try and confine yourself to the way things are supposed to be, right? They're supposed to be this way. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. You have this logical reason for this and this very real mundane reason for that. And this is what makes sense. But if none of that actually feels good, then you've got to trust there's something else for you. You know, like things might not always make logical sense to your mind. Hey, Tanya. Things might not always make logical sense to your mind. Well, I did this, so this should happen. And I achieved this, so this is next. And it doesn't work out that way. You know, like some people think that, you know, once they graduate high school and once they go to college or once they get this whatever and once they get the house and once they get married, that happiness is there. And oftentimes people find that is not always the case. Like you can do everything you're quote unquote meant to do per society, per culture, per your family expectations, whatever. But if you have that deep knowing that there's something more for you, then you have to do it. You have to at least allow yourself to take an action to open the door. You know, that would be like the bird sitting in the cage, feeling trapped because the door is shut, but it's not locked. All they have to do is push the door and it's open. No one's keeping you in there. No one's keeping you stuck. You know, one of our Soul Star members just took a huge leap and went to a major event that was a big deal for her. You know, she was able to go out there and just be in her authentic life, away from the wife title, away from the mother title, and just be in herself. And I'm so proud of her. Like, shout out to you, Kenna. So proud of her, you know, because a lot of people are afraid to even step outside of their labels. They're afraid to find out who they are on the other side of things when they're just allowed to be themselves and shine in their own light, you know, like the experience of being yourself and feeling loved and welcomed for being a part of you that is separate from labels and titles. separate from expectations, that you are allowing yourself to just be who you are and hold gratitude in that, right? That you wouldn't dare let anybody take that away from you because it feels too damn good. You know, you've got to be able to choose in your highest light away from any expectations or labels or whatever. You know, well, I'm this person's best friend, I have to this. Or I'm this person's partner, I have to this. Or I'm this role at my job, I have to this. Says who? Says who? Why can't you just be yourself and take on that hat and put that hat on? Why do you have to be everybody else's label all the time? You know, well, I'm their daughter, or well, I'm their son. So, you know, I'm expected to do X, Y, Z. Someone has to, I have to. And it's like, if it feels good, if you're guided to do it, if that's a part of who you are, like, I'm not a mother because I have to be. I'm a mother because myself decides every day that I enjoy it. The label of mother, I don't wear it like a hat that I put on and take off. It's who I am. I love being my son's mother. You know, that's a part of myself. It's not something I have to wear. And there is a difference. Knowing that is a big deal. Because people who have that label and work under that label, but don't want to, you know, they don't feel attached to it, or it makes them miserable. Like, that sucks for your kids. You know, it's important to be honest with yourself and dedicate your energy where it needs to be dedicated to. And everybody else will make it through the changes of life no different than you did. You know, everybody has their story. We don't know what it is. We have to allow certain unknowns to exist and hold faith that those unknowns are divine, even if we don't know what it is. We don't have all the answers. No one does. As much as we like to think that we have all the answers and that we can learn a vast amount of knowledge, there's no fucking way you'll be able to learn it all. I could sit here and I could tell you that I want to believe I know everything, and I could also humbly admit that I might not know anything at all. There is so much out there in terms of wisdom and divinity. Like, at some point, no matter how much your mind thinks it knows, you got to trust that there's things you don't know and aren't meant to know. The divine works the way it does. And you got to listen to that inner GPS within yourself, you know, that intuitive ping, that feeling, because your feelings are your greatest tool. Like, they'll tell you when something's in misalignment. Your feelings will tell you, your sensing will tell you, and it's your job to just accept it exactly as it is and choose in higher alignment so that feeling no longer persists, especially if it's negative, you know? So that's secret code name Frostee. I have faith if that reading resonated to you, that you know what it is already, that you really do want to either A, move away from, or redefine for yourself in some way. Because sometimes it's not always, you know, nixing it completely and throwing it in the trash. Sometimes it's a redefinition. It's a redefinition of how much energy you give to it, how much stress you decide to invest in, you know? So I have faith, whatever it is that is causing you anxiety with other people, that you will start to draw healthy boundaries with your anxiety and take control over what you can take control over. And if you decide you want to open the door to your cage and go fly because it's not locked, that you will, you know. Secret code name Frostee. We're moving into Pinocchio now. Timestamp. All right. Secret code name Pinocchio. And those who resonated to this secret code name. What is the overall energy of what must be undone? What must be undone? Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. The bottom of the deck is cornucopia. So abundance blocks, right? The heart chakra rules love and money. It's inner healing work. My ear just got the craziest high pitch ring. There's something that you don't see in yourself as valuable. If not just your presence on the whole. But it's almost like having a gift or a talent and not knowing why it's important or what value it holds. Like, of all the gifts and talents you could have, it's so stupid. Like, that would be your assumption of it. Like, why couldn't I be more of this, or why couldn't I be more of that? Like, why this gift? Why am I this way? Why can't I be more like this or be more like that? Why am I like this? You're welcome, Rita. It's always wonderful when they resonate. They always do. Yeah, I feel like you know, and if you think about the story of Pinocchio, really, Geppetto created Pinocchio as a puppet, you know, like a doll. He's made of wood. And Pinocchio wanted so bad to be a real boy that he went on some crazy fucking adventure. Dang near had himself completely fucking cursed. He was swallowed up by a whale. Like, it was nuts, right? It was nuts. Pinocchio's story is crazy. But it's like going through all of this trouble, trying to be something that you're not. When really, you have guides and guardians helping you heal to exactly what you want to be, and you don't have to go through as much trouble as you think. Like for Pinocchio, really, it was just a wish away. What's the insight here? What's the insight here? For secret code name Pinocchio. It must be undone. Two of Wands, the Sun. What else? The Ace of Wands. Lots of fire. The Knight of Cups. Three of Coins is on the bottom. King of Pentacles is on top. It's interesting. The Two of Wands came out with the Six of Swords, which is kind of like an oxymoron because one is about stagnation and being stuck on pause, the crossroads of figuring out what it is that you want. And the other card is about forward movement. Literally, in this particular card, it is about emerging from the chrysalis, right? The process that a butterfly goes through. I think that there's a part of you and I feel like it can go one of two ways, because either you love and care real big to the detriment of your monetary status, or the opposite, where you focus so much on money and material stability that you have a hard time feeling lovable or loving other people because you have to put your emotions second, right? It's one or the other. And I feel like whatever you're battling with inside yourself, it's wishing you were more like the other. Like, this is where my strength is, but I really wish I was stronger in the opposite. Because I feel like a part of you knows you're at that point where you need to move forward. Knows you're at that point where you need to transform. But the Sun is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. And so you might identify yourself with a vibration of lack. That fear of having what it is you really want. Whether it's a lack of financial stability or a lack of reciprocity and love. There's a lack there, right? The cornucopia was on the bottom. This is the underlying energy that you're meant to head to. And we're heart healing. The Ace of Wands with the Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups with the Death card. I think this is more about actions over words. Acting in alignment with what feels good. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that loves yourself or doesn't. And if you don't love yourself, it's because you're choosing things. You're choosing things that you don't love to experience. It's hard to love someone who chooses things that don't feel good. It's really hard to love the self. Like, if you think about Pinocchio, Pinocchio did not feel good when he realized that he had left Geppetto and the one person that really loved him the way that he was. Like, Geppetto didn't care that he wasn't a real boy. He loved him anyway. It was awesome when Pinocchio became a real boy, but Geppetto loved him anyway, even if Pinocchio had never changed. But Pinocchio went on this crazy fucking journey, trying to fit in with people who were in seriously low alignment, were lost in their own right. Because they didn't feel valued. They didn't feel valued. It's been a while since I've seen Pinocchio, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the boys that were all on their way to the island were all like orphans. They didn't feel loved. They didn't feel like they had parents. And a part of Pinocchio not being a real boy didn't even really see how much Geppetto loved him like a father. He was identifying with valuelessness or being discarded. And maybe you've been through that in your life. Maybe you've been discarded. Maybe you've put a whole lot of energy into love because that's who you are. You know, you love big. And maybe you've been shit on a lot. And I think a lot of this message, what must be undone, is this idea that you don't hold value just because other people haven't seen it. Which does reflect themselves, right? They don't see their own value. How could they see yours? You know, if you're attracted to lost people to try and make them feel loved and pour all this love, it's because you yourself feel lost and want that in return. Like, we treat people how we want to be treated. We really do. We love the way we want to be loved, which is why it pays to find someone who has the same love language as you. I think you were. Without saying it in a way that makes you, I don't want it to come off like I'm saying you're better than other people. When I say that you were too good for them, I mean your vibration was too high for where their vibration is or was. You know, one person is no better than any other person. It's just we're all at different phases in the healing journey. And I think your energy came in so much higher than most people that people have been trying to bring you down a peg to their level forever, trying to deplete you of that inherent value that you came in with. I think the big thing for you with this new moon, or I keep saying new moon, full moon, it's a full moon. Hey Lala, how you doing? Yeah, I feel like for you, your mission with this full moon is to let go of this idea that you hold no value just because you've experienced and had projected at you the valuelessness that other people hold for themselves. That's not your energy. Your energy is high value. It has always been high value. It has always been high value. And when you recognize your own value for what it is and cherish it and don't let it be lost in these lower vibratory energies that people hold. When you become more controlled over where your value flows to, I think everything else in life starts to unlock. Hey, Kristen, how you doing? Yeah, I think you've given your power away to people who never felt deserving of your value to begin with. And maybe it's because you saw the value in them, but if people don't see the value in themselves, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do until they decide to go through the healing process and see their worth and find what it is that they bring to the world that is beautiful light, you know. Oh, good, Kristen. It's a great day to take a break. Yes, yes. What's the guidance card, please, Spirit? It's a secret code named Pinocchio. What is the guidance for them, please? What card above all others to help them let go of what must be undone? Madonna of Roses. Heart of a Warrior. Card number 43. So the Madonna of Roses. It says, there is a way to be fierce that doesn't betray the kindness of your heart. When you know that to enable someone to behave badly towards you doesn't help them or you, you don't need to subject yourself to unnecessary guilt for taking care of yourself or fear that you aren't being compassionate. You are teaching yourself and others the truth that love is based in respect, and that trying to take what doesn't belong to you through any form of aggression or manipulation, seduction or persuasion is neither loving nor respectful. Thorns are sharp because they need to be. They don't diminish the beauty of the rose. They protect it. Your soul is like a holy rose, a sublime creation under the care and protection of the Madonna of Roses. The soul that is a holy rose holds an exquisite spiritual perfume. She goes through struggles early on in life that teach her when she will need to protect herself from those people or situations that would try to cut her off from what vitalizes and inspires her with life. She is taught to recognize those that would steal her away from her destiny and try to use her for their own selfish purposes. She knows that people who try to use her do not love her. They are interested in what they have to gain from her, not what they can share and create together with her. So, she is not shy to let such unworthy hands that grasp after her feel the piercing of her thorns. By the time she reaches spiritual maturity, fully blooming as the rose, she understands that she is here on this planet to heal many souls with her divine feminine beauty. She can only do this when she takes care of herself. She can allow others to love her, but she can never put her well-being or safety into the hands of anyone other than herself and the Divine Mother who watches over her. She is her own woman, this holy rose, a living temple of the goddess, bringing heavenly beauty to earth. You do not have to feel bad for putting someone in their place when they are trying to abuse your energy and yank you from your safety, your spiritual, emotional safe space. The rose is meant to bloom. It is meant to be beautiful for all to see who pass by. It's not meant to just be cut off or plucked off and stolen away into someone's room and put in a vase to wither and die. It's not what it's there for. You're not meant to be owned or possessed by someone. Your value, your light, your heart is not meant to be coveted. When you make someone else and their healing your mission, you allow them to remove you from the world that is meant to witness you as you are. Let that be the key lesson moving forward. If someone else's healing becomes important to you, that you would sacrifice other aspects of your life or other relationships because their healing is important. You're stepping out of alignment. You're stepping out. And if you choose it, you choose it. That's on you, as long as you're consciously aware that you know what you're doing, because it's going to suck every time you do it. Every time you make somebody else your purpose, your reason, your everything, you're stepping out of alignment. You're sacrificing your beauty that everybody is meant to receive. You're meant to be more free than that. The person that loves you truly is not going to cut you from where you grow. They're going to come by and admire you every day. They're going to let you be as you are. They're going to value you so much that they would not want to take it from you or anybody. The beauty of your heart space, what you do. Do not make other people your personal healing project. If you want a project, go and create a garden. Plant some roses. Go create a garden. But do not take on people as projects. That must be undone. That must be undone. Your heart needs to heal. You're more valuable than people have led you to believe you are. Good, Lorraine. Good. All right. We're going to move into Roger Rabbit. Let's get a timestamp here. All right. Secret code name Roger Rabbit. And those who are drawn to the secret code name, you're most welcome. You're most welcome, Lorraine. Spirit, what is the overall energy of what must be undone for secret code name Roger Rabbit? Action. Storm warnings on the bottom. Okay. I think if that's what must be undone. If you think about Roger Rabbit, right, the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Roger Rabbit was a kind of serendipitous character. He wasn't like a super smart, highly intelligent, you know, whatever. But he was always in the right place at the right time, which was why he was such a problem to the villain of the story. They needed Roger out of the way. I think there's a certain naivete about you that maybe you trust certain people who would deceive you. I can't help but feel like it's a female. You might have trusted a female. That maybe you shouldn't have trusted. It could be family or someone who feels like family, someone who might deal with financial constraints. Or who takes advantage of the fact that you are under financial constraint. It's almost like you took an action that either puts you ahead of someone and they don't like it, or you literally stepped aside and allowed someone else to take the lead and run in front of you, kind of thing. Yeah, it is a good movie. I haven't seen it in a while. I gotta watch it again. It's like someone took advantage of the fact that you're naive, like you did not see them. And they're hoping that you don't see them because they're running away with it. They're running ahead of you. Like you might have helped them under the assumption that they would be there with you and move forward with you and that you guys would move forward together, kind of thing. But this person, whoever they are, has no intention of that. There's an action you took that needs to be undone. Like you might need to renege on something. And you know what? If you know what it is, you'll know what it is, because as soon as you did it, there was something inside your chest that was just like, I hope I made the right decision saying that. Even if it was faint, even if you sensed it though. Like as soon as the words left your mouth, it's like you instantly wanted to take them back. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. And you really do have to trust that feeling. You do. I've felt that feeling multiple times in my life. And any time that I did not listen to that feeling and instantly renege on it, it did not pan out well. It did not pan out well. I've gotten a lot better at acknowledging that feeling when it pops up. because a worry train, right, of thought, a worry train starts to transpire afterwards. You start to wonder, you start to question if this person really means it or not, or holds proper intention or not. Like, there will be a worry train of thoughts that go off after you say something or promise something or whatever that you shouldn't have. What's the insight, please? For secret code name Roger Rabbit. Queen of Pentacles. The Moon in reverse. Two of Swords reversed. Five of Wands. 10 of Coin. Queen of Wands. The Sun. Give me one more. Someone told your secret. If you confided in someone a secret, especially if it was about money, whether you don't have it or you do, you confided in someone a secret. They either told or they're using that knowledge for their own manifestation. The Queen of Pentacles with the 10 of Pentacles. The Moon reversed with the Queen of Wands. Two of Swords reversed with the Sun. And the Five of Wands with the 7 of Wands. This person, whoever they are, they're giving me this energy like they're a fucking vulture. Like, their loyalty is not real. It can be bought. They might even connect themselves to people because of financial reasons. I definitely feel like it's another female. If you're a female, it's another female. They deal with envy. They deal with envy. It's like a character flaw. But what's interesting is, I don't think they necessarily keep it secret. I think it's out in the open, but they don't necessarily say it outright. Like, they might tell you a story. I'm just giving an example. It doesn't have to be this. But it's like they could tell you a story about how way back in the day that this person did this and they did this and that was their response to it. And, they didn't feel bad. And maybe your own naivete would convince you that they wouldn't do it to you. Like they did it to them, but that was so long ago. They wouldn't do it to me. I care about them. I'm genuine. You know, there's this naivete about you. But the person is kind of telling you how they are. Or let's just say they have another friend and, you know, they're joking about this person or that person or talking shit about them behind their back because they're broke. Or how much credit card debt they have and how much it's all for show. And they're like talking about someone else behind their back. And you kind of have this feeling like, I wonder if they talk about me behind my back. And you're like, no, they're my good friend. Like they would never talk about me like that behind my back. But they do. Like they're showing you who they are. It's like someone telling you they need money for rent and then they go and buy some new thing that they want. It had nothing to do with their rent. You know, it's like that. It's like a weird deceptive energy. I think that if you let your desire be known too, like you were going to go after something, this is what you wanted and the reasons why, it's like they would go after it too. You know, like if you and them work at the same place, for instance, maybe you said you were going to go after a promotion or something, and they go after it too. Maybe you confided in them that you were looking for another job. You know, maybe that this job doesn't pay enough or you're really behind on your bills, and they go and tell your secret to the boss kind of thing. Like, yeah, I heard she's looking for other work. I wouldn't give her this promotion. I heard she's already looking for other work. Like some crazy shit like that. And you would never think that this person would be someone that you have to defend yourself against. They're like a vulture. They only really care about themselves getting ahead because the envy is real. They really don't like it when people are better than them or further ahead than them. It bothers them. They've got something with envy. And they'll deceive people to get ahead. Like they really do not value connections the way you do. Yeah, it's like you're trying to move full speed ahead, and then all of a sudden there's like some crazy door slam, and you're like, what happened? Like, I don't know what happened. Yes, because you trusted the wrong person. People are snakes, man. People are snakes. Like, not everybody is a fucking snake, but damn if they don't exist. Damn if they don't exist, though. Like, you might have expressed some desire for some kind of manifestation. And the minute you express the desire, you gave control over that manifestation to someone else who was not in alignment with you. This is why we don't tell everybody everything. You know, like, mm-mm. Mm-mm. An example would be like if you played the lottery, you are more likely to hit it if you don't tell anybody that you played it. Because as soon as you tell someone else that you played it, they're like, oh, that's stupid. And they put that energy out there like, you'll never win. And their thoughts are attached to your manifestation now because they're putting out this thought that you'll never win. And you seeing the reaction on their face, like betting the lottery is stupid, that affects your energy. Maybe I won't win. Now, you might as well have never played it. But if you play the lottery, you know what I mean? And you just keep it to yourself that you played it. And you have faith that there's a chance you could win, even if you know what the odds are. You're more likely to hit it because it's your own manifestation. It doesn't have anybody else's energy attached. You did something that exposed your manifestation or your desire to somebody else, and they pushed their energy on it. And that has to be undone. That has to be undone. I don't know how you're going to do it. You'll figure, I'm sure if you pray on it and think on it, you'll figure it out. Listen to your gut about it. But you told a secret. You let somebody in on something. What you desire. You were honest about what it is that you're after. And somebody interfered. Their energy interfered with your manifestation. Let it be a lesson to you. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. What's the guidance, please, Spirit? Moonchild. Moonchild. Card number 7. Says every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. It says you have an opportunity to manifest something that you want very much. The divine wants to bless you with assistance to bring a cherished dream to life. Begin by admitting the true desires of your heart, and then you will need to let go of control as you trust enough to let it happen. You'll know when you are really doing this because you'll feel scared at first. You'll wonder if it's okay to surrender quite so much, and it is. Ask for what you want from the divine, what you want and need without any shame, guilt, or hesitation. Then relax and allow the universe to do its thing. Your heart has a special spiritual power which you can access through prayer. Prayer means speaking from the heart to the divine. For you, the divine might be an unconditionally loving and all-powerful being such as the universe or spirit. You may choose a deity from a religious tradition or Mother Nature. The divine doesn't mind who or what you pray to, so long as you feel a peaceful, unconditionally loving connection between the divine and your heart. When you pray, you activate the heart and stimulate a portal of healing. The heart knows how to gain closure on emotional, psychological, physical, and spiritual levels, showing you the way through unknown transitions and leading you faithfully to the light of a new day. Your heart also knows how to receive blessings from the divine. Divine blessings can help you in endless ways, and the divine always knows exactly what you need and when you need it. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to speak from your heart about whatever matters to you right now. Nothing is too small or too big for the divine to help you figure out, so ask and you shall receive. Right? This is about you admitting what you really want between you and the divine. Not bringing anybody else into it. Just holding the desire and trusting. Trusting that the divine is working on it because you're in control of the energy and the divine knows what it needs to do to get it to you. You don't have to know how. But the serendipitous happenings of it all will most surely transpire. you're allowed to place your order with the universe and feel worthy of it and feel deserving of it and trusting in the fact that the divine cares about what you want. And if it doesn't give you literally exactly what it is you want, it's because it has an idea of what is better. And you might not have even been capable of fathoming it. The way it goes about it, trust the things that transpire in order to get you there. Trust. The divine works in mysterious ways. It really does. The universe will pick you up and move you and put you places and have things come in and have things leave in order to set everything up exactly the way it's meant to. So trust. Trust that if you want it, that the universe is answering you, and just embrace everything that transpires from the time you feel that vibration where you asked for it and you feel like it was received, that it was heard. Trust the way things fall into place. Okay? That was Roger Rabbit. We're going to move into Morning Glory. Let's get a timestamp in for Morning Glory. All right. Secret code name Morning Glory. And those who have been drawn to the secret code name. How you doing? What is the overall? What must be undone? What is the overall? What must be undone for the secret code name? Flipped right over. Hostilities and fifth chakra. Archangel Gabriel. Yin Yang is on the bottom. The fifth chakra is the throat chakra. Archangel Gabriel is the archangel of communication. There may be, I'm getting this a couple ways, okay? So take it as it makes sense for you. You may have a way with words that comes off hostile, even if you're not, okay? And or people say things knowingly or unknowingly that trigger the shit out of you. And it might be like, excuse me? Like, you really just fucking said that? You might have a fear of coming off as hostile because you don't want to be judged as being hostile towards somebody when you really are more defending yourself You might even be afraid that others would speak ill against you when you do choose things in defense of yourself. Maybe that's been a pattern. Whenever you stand up for yourself or choose something in your highest good, other people have something to say and they try and tear you down for choosing it because they're bitter. They take it like a personal slight when it really, you know, they chose their own actions. If they're not in alignment with you, they're not in alignment with you. You may also feel as if there's people out there or energy out there that don't like your truth. And that when you speak the truth, other people are quick to try and cut it down. Like you might end up in like your name in someone else's mouth and they might talk shit. When you weren't wrong. You bloomed first, right? Morning glory, if you think about it, the morning glory is the first flower to open. It's the first flower to open. And they are like a trumpet, right? The shape of them, they're like a trumpet. You're the first one to speak. You're the first one to speak. And people don't like it. That's too fucking bad now, ain't it? The truth is the truth. What's the insight, please? Seven of Cups reversed with the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. With the Knight of Swords. Definitely throat chakra energy. Give me some clarities, please. The Magician is on the bottom and the Chariot's on top. See, the divine is moving you forward on something. And you have other people trying to control your manifestation when really you're in control of your manifestation. You're manifesting joy, you're manifesting community, you're manifesting celebration, you're manifesting support, you're manifesting the home or the career or whatever it is. You're manifesting things. You're receiving. It's your time to receive. Your belief and your faith and your wish fulfillment. Yeah, man, for real. Like the Magician, there's the Three of Cups with the 10 of Coins, the Six of Coins, the Hierophant, the Nine of Cups, the Empress, and the Hermit. Like this is your journey. This is your journey. And other people have made you feel like you have to hide your light away because they'll try and take it. They'll try and cut it down. But your voice is your light. That is your light. That's where you shine. Your truth. The 7 of Cups reversed with the 8 of Coins reversed. You're not confused. It's not that hard. Whatever it is that you're after, it's simple. For you, it's simple. Other people would like to believe that success means a lot of hard work, a lot of hours, a lot of stress, a lot of this. Like if you're going to make money, it's a lot of this. And you're just like, no, it's simple. It doesn't take a lot of work. It's not a lot of effort. It's alignment. The Ace of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. It's almost as if you're laying a new foundation with the Ace of Pentacles. But it's not the way other people do it. You're not trying to control it. That's where a lot of people fuck up. Like if you think about money energy, like people always going after money, chasing after money, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to sell this, trying to make that. Like it's all well and good, but if you're doing it for money, if the reason why is for money, it's great if money is a byproduct, okay? That's different. But if you're doing it for money, for success, for acclaim, for power, you're making it really hard on yourself. Like the 9 of Wands with the Queen of Cups. This is the white wolf here. Or fox. I guess you could say it's an Arctic fox. I immediately saw a white wolf because that's my animal totem, but you know, details. It's with the Queen of Cups. I feel like you have done a great deal of healing work. Because the 9 of Wands is like minor arcana for Chiron to me. You've been through the desert, and not the hot desert, you know, where the sun beats on you, but like the cold, icy deserts where it's not that love doesn't exist, it's all around. It's just frozen. I think that what you're doing is communicating your will, communicating your desire out into the ether. And it's bringing the warmth in. It's like it's melting the ice, making the water or the love, right? The metaphor of the two, accessible. It's like someone else might look at the icy desert and say if they want a cup of water, they have to hack away at this ice, right? They have to hack away at it. It's laborious. And then they have to build a fire from nothing, you know, in order to melt the ice that they just hacked away from just to get a cup of water. And you're of the mindset of, I'll move the sun. I'll let the sun do it for me. And I won't just have water once, but I'll continue to have water from here on out. And they're like, oh, that's crazy. You know, move the sun. That's crazy. But you're like, you're shifting your light. You know what I mean? Like, you're focusing your light in such a way. People have such a set mind on how things are meant to be done. And you are not confused. You're like, it's not hard. All I have to do is will it so. Because it's not about whatever they think it's about. For you, it's more than that. Because you're not doing it for power. Whatever you're not doing it for power. You're not doing it for status. You're not doing it for fame or fortune. You're doing it because you want to heal. You're doing it because you want to bring love back. You're doing it because you don't want to see the love in the world frozen over. You want to bring the light in and free the love to flow. And other people might think that's crazy. But you are not confused. Really, the Chariot and the Magician. You let the words flow from you as if the divine is using your mouth to speak. Like, welcome to the divine voice box. Welcome to my channel. Because that's exactly what this energy is. This is about letting the divine use your voice box to communicate what needs to be communicated. It doesn't matter who tries to cut the truth down. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, if you push forward with the truth, you will surprise a lot of people. They will be surprised when that icy desert starts to melt and life comes back. The beauty that's revealed beneath all that ice. What's the guidance card, please? Elk Medicine Woman. Card number 36. It says, wild at heart on her antler up here. It says, there are certain things that are meant to happen at particular times. This is the working of destiny. No matter how much pressure there is from the outside world or from your own expectations, there is an order of events and divine timing in place so that what is meant to be shall be. Balance your active pursuit of your dreams and ambitions with patience and trust in the right timing of things. You are given a message that you are capable of great accomplishment this lifetime. Rather than fighting against life, trust that it is working with you and for you. Do what is in your power to do. but pace yourself with trust and surrender too. Elk Medicine Woman comes with guidance to heal your soul. Steady does it, wild one. Maintain the pace that matches your inner rhythms. Do not feel rushed by urgency or external demands. You cannot force life to flow. The heart is at peace with this because it knows that perfect timing is divine timing. You have the endurance to go far, to attain great things in this life. You must conserve your energy to maintain your stamina. If you push yourself to exhaustion, you just make the way harder for yourself. Nor does it speed up your results. Forcing creates resistance, which just slows everything down. Elk Medicine Woman understands that you have great courage, which will take you to places that others may not dare to go. With your inner wisdom and self-confidence, there is so much that you shall achieve and receive. She whispers in your heart, affirming that your accomplishments shall be impressive. She guides you to work hard, but to also enjoy life and allow others to support you. When divine timing is just right, you will hit your stride. You will attain all that is which you have aimed for and more. Really trust, if this is the reading that you were guided to, really trust that you're not wrong about your path. And that as much as you want it all to happen yesterday, there's a reason why it's going to come when it comes. And not a moment too soon or late. Whatever it is that you're creating in this life, yeah, there's work that needs to put in. There's focus there. The will needs to be there to keep going, to make it happen. But you are not meant to push yourself into exhaustion, you know? So balance. Like, for example, how I was talking about, you know, hacking away at this brick of solid ice rock just to get a cup of water, or moving the sun. It takes a lot of physical effort, right, to hack away at that shit and try and build a fire in nothing. But it takes a different kind of effort and patience to move the sun, because you can move the sun and it's not just gonna melt like that. Like, it's gonna take a minute. You know, it's gonna take a minute. It might even be a little messy, you know, but there's focus required. There's willpower involved. There's trust involved. There's patience involved. It's a different kind of work. You're not doing it, right? Your foundation, the Ace of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles reversed, you're not doing it like other people are doing it. You're laying a foundation in a different way. You are not confused. It is not meant to be hard. The Seven of Cups reversed with the Eight of Coin. It's not meant to be hard. Your heart is big. Queen of Cups, Chariot, lots of water here. Your heart is big. The intention is to leave things better than you found it, including this world. You intend to leave things better than you found it. And that takes time. You can't fix it all yesterday. But as you go through it, you'll start to see the little things that you can improve upon. And by the time all is said and done, you will have left it better. You will have left it better. Because that's your intention and that's the way it's going to be. You're going to leave that icy desert better than you found it. True. True facts. Okay. All in divine time. Universe knows. You're antsy. The universe knows. It's okay. All right. We're going to move into Mirror Lake. Secret code name Mirror Lake. Okay. All right. What is the overall, please, Spirit? For secret codename Mirror Lake and those who would be drawn to its message, what must be undone? What must be undone? That is way too many. But one flew out and literally hit me in the chest, and it was the Angel of Love. And it came out in the reverse. If you've blocked out love in some way, blocked out your ability to serve your life from a loving place, I think that you've disconnected. I think that you've disconnected from certain matters of the heart. It could also be like a rift, like an emotional rift created between you and someone else that you may have even separated from. Even if you're still in each other's reality and dealing with each other, like it might be very superficial or on the surface. It might not have an emotional connection anymore. It can also be like if you separated yourself from someone in the past, your emotions might still be attached to it, even if it's long gone. Even if you accept that it was never meant to be, you might still battle with that. And you may have a hard time opening up to new people because of it. Like you still have unresolved emotions around a past connection that was toxic or unrequited, or, you know, where there was some kind of trauma bond. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of feeling love. You are worthy of being loved. You are worthy of that. So, whatever transpired in your past, whoever it was that shut your heart down from receiving it from the right person. This is what must be undone. The inability to love and be loved is what must be undone. Okay. It's like you're afraid to go deep because you've been there before, you've been hurt before. But there was a trauma bond there. There was a toxic connection there. There was something that you were trying to heal in the pattern that wasn't healed when you were a kid. You know, like I'll give a personal example. Like my father was an alcoholic, and alcoholism played a big role in my life, watching my dad drink and the different chaos that ensued between my parents because of his drinking. And I always wished my dad would quit drinking, you know, like for me, you know, like quit, bring that peace to the family, you know, bring that love energy and that presence when you quit drinking. And I was attracted to addicts. You know, I fell madly in love with a bad alcoholic, and it was bad. And I was reliving that, wanting him to quit drinking for me, that he loved me enough to quit drinking and make life better. You know, to have the happily ever after. You know, that's what I was healing, you know. And I think that if you reflect back on the relationship that you shut down in, or shut down because of, you'll realize that there's a deeper reason why you were so drawn to that person, why you were so invested in it, why it was so important to get that validation of love from them. And when you can identify it and accept it, I think that you can start moving past it. You know, I will not date an alcoholic for that reason. I don't need to seek the love that my father didn't give me. I don't need to seek the validation that I am worth them quitting drinking for. I just don't want anybody who drinks, period. I don't need the validation that I'm the reason why you quit. I just want someone sober. It's a fucking mess. To deal with an alcoholic, it's a fucking mess. I don't want to deal with it. I could keep trying to chase that dream. I could keep trying to chase that validation and date another alcoholic and see if it'll work this time, if they'll quit drinking this time. Like, quit drinking for your dang self. Find me after you've quit. Long done, been quit. No, you will never go back to drinking. Like, I don't need to be the reason why someone quits to prove that I'm lovable. You know? Does that make sense? Like, you got to do what works for you. You know, it's like I'll give you a different example that's not personal, because it's not the case for me. But another example might be, you know, being with a father, or if you're a man, being with a mother, you know, a parent who was constantly cheating on the other parent. And the other parent just wanted to be the only one that was important, you know, wanted the loyalty, wanted the validation that there is no one better than them, you know, that they wouldn't have to seek, you know, sexual intimacy or emotional intimacy with other people. And so you attract partners that are unfaithful and cheat because you're seeking the same thing. Seeking to prove that you are lovable, seeking to prove that you matter, seeking to prove that you're important, more important than anybody else. Because what happens when parents cheat on each other? It creates a lot of fucking tumultuous shit. And the kids are the last thing on the parents' mind. They are completely fucking focused on the fact that one parent is unfaithful. They're arguing, they're fighting, they're getting divorced, and the kids don't matter more than the issue. And so it repeats, you know, it's the same kind of thing. You were attracted to someone at some point because there was a deeper wound there that you were trying to heal. If you couldn't heal it in your parents, you want to heal it in your own life. And so you relive it, because if you can heal it, then that makes everything better. When really it's not accepting it. It's not necessarily making the alcoholic quit drinking that heals it. It's being with someone who just doesn't fucking drink. That's how you heal it in your life, choosing different. Instead of choosing a partner who has a history of being unfaithful or a history of being loose, like, you just choose a loyal person. Someone who is caring and considerate and lets it be known, full transparency, so that you don't have to worry, whatever. That's just who they are. Instead of trying to make someone be something that they're not. Make sense? Once you realize why you were so dead set attracted to it, it's kind of like the light bulb goes off and you're like, huh, that is the whole reason why my soul felt pulled to heal this, pulled to fix it, pulled for the validation, pulled, you know, into this suffering to try and make my life different than the life I experienced other people have, i.e. my parents. You know, that's why. All right. So it wasn't really love like I thought. It was me yearning to heal something that I had no control over from my childhood. Oh. It wasn't really me being in love with them, because their behavior was not lovable. It really wasn't me being in love with them. It was me yearning to heal something from my childhood that was beyond my control. Me trying to gain control over something I had no control over. You will consistently have no control over it. You know, it's about straight up just saying no more. And you can open yourself to loving what you don't have to control or gain control over, because it's already under control. It's already under control. I don't have to get someone who drinks under control if I'm dating somebody who just doesn't fucking drink. It's already under control. You know? Like, what's the insight, please? Queen of Cups. Yeah, like we're talking about Mirror Lake. Like on the surface, it might look still, but underneath, there's all kinds of life under there in the depths and the shadows of the lake, you know? It's like the subconscious. It's like some 12th house stuff. Yeah, the Hanged Man just came out. It's some 12th house stuff. Seven of Swords is on bottom. There's definitely deceit there. And the Moon, more Piscean energy. Illusions, things that are hidden. The Queen of Cups with the Eight of Cups. You put a lot of emotional effort into whatever dynamic ship this was. You put a lot of emotional effort into any relationship that you're in. Your heart's in it. Like, you don't half-ass relationships, you know what I mean? The Five of Wands with the Hanged Man, and you're conflicted because putting in all of this emotion, it ties you up. You want the treasure, and it's like it's so close, but just out of reach. The Knight of Swords with the Emperor in the reverse. The Six of Cups. in the reverse with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. You might attract people that don't talk to you very fucking nicely. They're not nice. They say some shit. They probably have said some shit to you that was so undeserving. Like, who the fuck are they talking to you like that? Who the fuck are they? Like, you did not deserve half, if not all, of the unkind words that have been spoken to you. Someone was such a fucking asshole. Someone who made you feel like your love wasn't fucking good enough. All of the effort you put in, all of the emotional value that you put in, all of the love you put in, the endurance, the loyalty through the pain, like you put in a lot. And I feel like you attracted someone who was just fucking brutal. Brutal. Whether they were using harsh words or a lack of communication, where they were using their words to control your mood. This was a toxic soulmate, and it shook your foundation. The Six of Cups reversed, they're not your person. This is someone who has fucking issues. They might have serious fucking mommy issues. Because they don't know how to love or be loving. They don't even know how to be fucking kind. It's like there was nothing you could have done better. There was nothing you could have done better, said better. This person would have cut it down no matter what. You were dealing with a really seriously toxic person. They were seriously toxic for you. And they might have put other people on pedestals for no fucking reason, just to spite you. Because you deserve to be on that pedestal and they refuse to give it to you. It's like having the beautiful unicorn that deserves to be on the pedestal and seeing some lowly fucking diseased rat and saying, I'm going to put the rat on the pedestal. And the unicorn's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, all of the healing powers that I have, all of the magic that I've given to you, you're going to put the fucking diseased rat on the fucking pedestal? You know, it's like that kind of thing. Like, no judgment to the fucking rat, but damn. The rat is, if anything, is just bringing bullshit into your life. And you're going to put that on the pedestal? This person played some psychological fuck mind games with you. They're so fucking toxic. They would have ruined everything beautiful you tried to create. Everything. If you tried to make something beautiful or great, they would have found a way to ruin it. Including their birthday. Including a holiday. Anything nice you did for them, they would find a way to fucking ruin it. Any beautiful moment you could have, should have, would have had, they would have found a way to ruin it. And now you're afraid of love because you gave the absolute best of yourself and it wasn't enough. But it's not that it wasn't enough. This person was bullshit. Of course it was enough. It was more than enough. You know, like it was more than enough. Your love should have been on that fucking pedestal. But you were chasing after an impossible situation. You were chasing after the validation or healing of something that was from a long time ago that was, you were never meant to seek validation from it, the healing from it. It would have never given it to you. This person would have never given it to you. Like, in order to heal this, you would have to give all of that beautiful energy to the right person. And there are signs. There's green flags just like there's red flags. And if you could pay attention to the red flags and see the bullshit a mile away, then you can see the green flags and say, okay, I'm going to loosen up a little bit. You know, I'm going to reciprocate. I'm not going to overflow. I'm not going to give everything. You know what I mean? But if they're giving me this, I'll give them that. You know, if they're showing me this respect, I'll show them that respect. And start there. Build. Because I feel like you overflowed love to somebody who did not fucking earn it. They didn't earn it. They didn't deserve it. They did nothing to warrant the amount of love you gave. Nothing. What is the guidance, please? For secret code name Mirror Lake. Mermaid Soul. That came out for Frostee. You might want to watch that reading after I give you the guidance from this one. Because they also got this card. They got it with Queen of Hearts as well. All right, so Mermaid Soul. It says, deep within, you know what excites and inspires you. Your job isn't to decide whether that inspiration is practical, realistic, or even possible. Human beings have been shown throughout history that the ideas which they once scoffed at as being ridiculous or impossible to achieve can become the realities that they rely upon and take for granted as a natural part of their daily lives not long afterwards. You too shall move from doubt to wondering how you ever lived without this passion, idea, or inspiration of yours. Let the universe show off its creative flair for the unexpected and inspirational through you. Do not give up on what truly moves and inspires your heart, for soon enough it will be a part of your world. You are a rare creature, not entirely of this world, and you need to swim in deeper waters of mystery and meaning. In those deep places, you can commune with the sacred and be nourished by that which is real and yet cannot be explained. To deny this and remain on the surface of things will not satisfy your soul. It would be like eating stale biscuits when what you really hunger for is succulent fruit, sweet with juice. Too much of what most people think is the quote-unquote real world dries out your soul. You crave mystery and magic and the way most other people crave certainty and control. These yearnings of yours are not immature or escapist. They are the voice of your inner mermaid rising up from your oceanic soul. The siren song is the voice of her true desires. You are connected to worlds beyond this physical reality, the worlds of spirit, healing, intuition, meditation, and creativity. And when you are in touch with her, you will embody your feminine freedom and spiritual independence. You will live your life according to what fills you up, living from that deep inner place where you feel at home, the realm of your soul. You deserve deep love because that's what you give. This is like major like water Venus energy, to be completely fair. Screams water Venus. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water Venus. Water moon. You have big emotions, big feelings, and you deserve to have that reciprocated. You don't deserve that surface, superficial crap. It literally bores your soul to death and makes you feel like you're wasting your life. You need that deep connection with people. So when you are not giving it to those who don't deserve it, and you start to really value the depth of it, knowing that settling for anything less than what you give is going to feel like you're wasting your life, I think you're going to allow yourself to be open to meeting new people, but not necessarily just giving your heart away until they show you that they might be the same kind of person you are. You know, maybe as you get to know people a little deeper and you spend some time with them, you realize they've been through some similar stuff. And maybe they're willing to let themselves be loved now, just like you are. You know, let yourself be deep. Don't be afraid of being deep. Embrace the fact that you're deep and just accept that you need someone else who is also deep to meet you there. Because giving it to these emotionally devoid people, these psychologically tyrannical people, is not going to serve you. On a real note. All right. I'm going to go take a moment to be human before we get into Loch Ness, which is the last secret code name. So if you all have to go be human for a minute, go be human. I'll be back in just a couple minutes, and then I'll timestamp for Loch Ness. All right. All right. Welcome back. Okay. Secret code name Loch Ness. Let's get into it. So, Spirit, please. What is the overall energy? What must be undone? What must be undone? For secret code name Loch Ness. Oh, wow. That just came back out. Communities on the bottom. Now, Mirror Lake, you might want to go back and watch Mirror Lake as a secondary message, because this just came out and theirs was very much relationship dynamic based. It was more romantic relationship. I think yours might hold a similar vibration, but in terms of family or friends or people that you connect to outside of yourself. Like, you might put a lot of love into your friendship circle. You might put a lot of love into your work, or even into your community, like literally. And what you do as a kindness, other people might take it for granted. Like, you're of high service. And I think that there's a different way or a better way to go about whatever it is that you're setting out to achieve. Not that your way of loving the people in your life is wrong, but if there's a divine purpose or higher goal attached to it, I think this is about showing you an easier way. Something that's maybe hidden, right? Because Loch Ness, if you think about it, there's been a lot of rumors about it. There's been a lot of fake photographs and all kinds of stuff, but yet people swear they've seen it. They can't find it, but it's rumor, you know, it's mythos. I feel like you might not want to be seen like you think. Because if people can see you, they're going to hunt you. People might view you and your love as a threat. It's kind of like the quote-unquote Illuminati. You know what I mean? Like, you can want to change and heal the world, But if you become a big spectacle of a person, it's like all of a sudden your car crashes, you know, like kind of crazy metaphor, but you know what I mean? Like there's people out there that would stop you from getting that love out into the world. A less extreme example would be something like giving away free lemonade. Instead of having a lemonade stand, you're giving it away for free. It's a hot day, and what you're doing is, you know, affecting the business down the road that sells lemonade for $3, and they complained that you were giving away free lemonade because it's affecting their sales and service, and now all of a sudden you're getting a ticket from a police officer for not having a license to give away lemonade. You know, like your heart's in the right place, but you're not necessarily meant to be seen. Because if you're seen, someone else would try and diminish it. Yeah, still alive. I'm on the last one, Lala. We're on Loch Ness. Yeah. Like it's almost better if there's rumors or whispers about the kind of energy that you hold, or the vibration, the imprint that you left behind, that is more important than being put inside what is potentially crosshairs. Right? When you're unseen, there's no target on you, kind of thing. What insight? Eight of Swords reversed, the World card, Nine of Coin, the Emperor. King of Wands, Justice, Five of Wands, Death. Temperance is on the bottom. Strength is on top. I got a lot of major arcana out here. Really, Strength, Temperance, the World, the Emperor, Justice, and Death. Whoever I'm speaking to, if you were drawn to Loch Ness, listen. I know the glasses came off. The glasses came off and I said, listen, it's because I'm serious. Okay? It's because I'm serious. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are a serious force to be reckoned with. You are an alchemist, a serious force to be reckoned with. You have this mindset of you will not be caged. You have a vision of bringing some kind of justice, some kind of balance into the world. And you know that by yourself, it's going to cause a fucking... People are going to fight. People are going to fight over your authenticity. It's going to cause fucking problems. And there will be people out there that would hunt you. Because you're that kind of powerful. And if you are afraid to be seen, it's almost like you will always just be a myth. But if you're not, though, and I'm going to give a really strong example, so bear with. Imagine for a second that Christ he was not seen. Imagine if all the acts that he did in private, and he didn't rise from the grave and ascend for all to witness. Like, they went out and they hunted him and took him out. Like, they were threatened. They were threatened by Christ. The forces that took him out were threatened because his energy was that powerful. They took him out. And in the energy of being taken out, he is who we are still talking about 2,000 years later. What did they take out? His meat suit? His legacy, though. His legacy, though. Hey, Tanya, welcome back. Between you and you, I think you have to accept your power. Whatever that means. You have to accept your power and your path, whatever that means. Because you can choose to not be seen. And nothing much will change. Or you could go full fucking force in your power and let them hunt you and literally seal your legacy. For years and years and years. If this is your fucking reading, you are the justice the world has been waiting for, has been praying for. The temperance with the strength, that is a force. That is a force of alchemy. You know, it's like they talk about, you know, is that the cross you want to hang on? They talk about that, right? That's like a saying, like, you sure that's the cross you want to hang on? It's like, yeah. Yeah. I'll die for that cause. I will die for that cause. That's the power you've got. I will die for that cause. It means so much. It is so important that I would gladly give my life in support of it. If that's what ended up being asked of me, I will die on that cross. Because you're not going to be caged. You've got a vision. You're not going to be caged. You just got to know what that entails. And if you're cool with that, Divine's like, all right, cool. as long as we're both on the same page, as long as you understand what you're getting into and you're still down, as long as you know. Because the world changes with people like that. The world changes with energy like that. It can't without it. Your guidance, Finch Spirit Guide. Card number 11. I love us. I love sitting out there and listening to the birds sing. There's finches out there in my garden. I fucking love it. Fucking love finches. All right. I digress. Finch Spirit Guide. It's a good time to experiment with how to best care for your mind, body, and soul. It's not about being perfect. It's about finding what works best for you. You are in a phase of your life where giving back to yourself is important. Perhaps you have been sharing a lot of yourself with others, have come through a challenging time, or in the near future, will be stepping up in a new way to share more creative energy and soul fire than ever before. All that you need to know now is that it is the right time to take extra special care of you. Finch Spirit Guide comes to you with guidance to care for yourself in a particular way. Finches can become beautifully colored, but only when they eat foods that nourish them. They have the power of beauty within, but they need the correct nourishment to be able to transform that potential into expression. You also have beautiful divine potential to shine your light and beauty in the world, but you must feed your soul with what it needs to do this. Be respectful and loving to yourself as you choose what to take into your being, be it physical nourishment or emotional energy or even the kinds of books you read and entertainment you watch, for all has an impact on you. Do you feel better for the experience? Does it nourish your soul? The best growth-enhancing food for your soul is that which increases love. Finch Spirit Guide also brings a prediction of celebration, of happiness ahead of you, and wants you to know that your connection to the spiritual world is real, to trust in the messages you feel from the universe as they make themselves known in your heart. The sacred ritual, it talks about writing a love letter to yourself, where you can express the gratitude as you acknowledge your innermost feelings. To let it be a creative expression to attract even more love and beauty in your world. I love you too, Lala. I love you too. My soul glitters every time I see your name pop up in the chat. I really love it. So yeah, secret code name Loch Ness. Write that beautiful love letter to yourself. Trust the universe is going to unfold some things as you continue to walk your highest good path that are going to surprise a lot of people. It's going to help a lot of people. It's going to heal a lot of people. And it's worth it. You know, a lot of people say, well, if I just changed the course of one person's life for the better, then that's enough. If just one person's life was better because I was in it, then that's enough. I think you're going to touch a lot more than just one person for a very long time. I think that story is more than possible for you. I think it's kind of imminent. So kudos to you, you fucking powerhouse. Fuck yeah, you were drawn to this read. Fuck yeah, you were drawn to this read. Shit. I know, I might do that for myself later. I might write myself a love letter. I think I'm going to do that. That sounds like great advice. So cheers to everybody who is here and who has participated in this event and who will be in the next one. I look forward to reading for you guys. I have faith that if these messages caught you in divine time, they helped you in some which way, shape, or form on your path to let go of what must be undone so that you can truly fly whatever is your highest good in this lifetime. All right. Much love and support to you always. This is tons of love your way. I will see you guys in just a bit. I'm going to do the cosmic currency breakdown. I'm going to give myself a good hour to go eat and shit, and I'll be back. I'll put up like a thumbnail with a timer so that you guys can see when it'll be live. All right. I'll see y'all again soon.